Hi, I'm Dr. Shaunna of drshaunna.com and welcome to Superfood Spotlight. The superfood we're featuring this week in the spotlight is cherries. What a wonderful way to celebrate summer. So these guys have a lot to celebrate. So we're going to talk about the health benefits of it and then some ways that you can enjoy it. So first of all, there is 3 grams of fiber in 1 cup of cherries. That's a lot. So that's going to be great for digestive health. That's going to help with decreasing our risk of colon cancer, and it's going to be fantastic for weight maintenance or weight loss. And in particular, there's only 90 calories in 1 cup of cherries. So that's wonderful. But even more so, cherries are unique in that they help to metabolize fat. There was a study done in rats that looked at rats that were fed a high-fat diet, and then one group was also given tart cherry powder, and they actually lost weight. And that's not too surprising because we also know that these cherries, although they're lovely and sweet, there's also a little bit of tartness and sourness to them, and they actually are low glycemic. They are not going to spike your blood sugar. So they are fantastic for diabetics and fantastic for weight loss. Now, another key feature of cherries is that they are anti-inflammatory, and some really exciting research with respect to this. They looked at women, one study looked at women who had osteoarthritis, and they were given tart cherry juice twice a day for 3 weeks, and they had a decrease in their inflammation markers, their inflammatory markers, and a 20% decrease in pain as they reported. So there also have been some studies that have suggested that tart cherries have the equivalent anti-inflammatory capability of one regular strength ibuprofen. So another study that sort of on the heels of that has found that they looked at people who have gout, so another type of arthritis, but different. But again, inflammation, and they had 600 people who had gout, and they were given half a cup of cherries every day for just 2 days. And those that had that had a 35% decreased risk in a subsequent attack of gout. And those that had 3 servings of cherries a day had a 50% decreased risk of a subsequent attack. So some really great stuff in that realm. And in addition, its anti-inflammatory capabilities have also rippled over, and they've shown a decreased risk of dementia and also a decrease in, these metabolic syndrome markers and an improvement in blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, heart disease. And they act like one of the medications that people are sometimes put on. It's a PPAR agonist. We'll just shorten it like that. But the problem with one of the medications is it increases your risk of stroke, whereas cherries do that, but they actually decrease your risk of stroke. So pretty spectacular little guys already. So in addition to being anti-inflammatory, anti-gout, they also and again, partly related to its anti-inflammatory capabilities, is that it is wonderful for muscle recovery post-exercise. So there were a few studies that looked at, one was 2010 in the Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science in Sports, and they gave their athletes tart cherry juice 5 days before their marathon, and then during, and then 2 days after. And those that had that had reported decreased muscle soreness. And there was another study as well that looked at soccer players and kind of basically the same thing. They noted decreased muscle soreness and improvement in recovery. So it's a great thing to include. Although I was just chatting with a triathlete in the UK who added cherries into a protein shake, but forgot to take the pits out. So just beware, make sure you're not having pits in there. It's going to do a number on your blender. Now, here's another unique factor about cherries. They have melatonin, and melatonin is so great for us to improve our sleep. So there have been studies that show that this will help you have an improved length and of sleep and improved quality of sleep and have you waking up more refreshed. Now, if that's something that you're wanting, then you might want to look at the Montmorency tart cherries in particular, because they have 6 times the melatonin as other varieties. So that's, may be important to you. And of course, they're loaded with vitamins, and in particular, vitamin C, 16% of your recommended daily allowance, and that is going to be, as always, great for immune boosting, helps to support collagen, it's heart healthy, it's great for our skin, all of those great things. It's also anti-aging, against all of healthy skin, and then of course with the effects with dementia, etc. It's a wonderful feature for all of us. And then anti-cancer, that's one of my favorite aspects. It has ellagic acid. We talked a lot about that when we were talking about berries, and its anti-cancer factors and cyanidin. But here's one thing that's maybe a little bit unique to cherries. So when you're cooking burgers, and one of the things, the reason burgers get a bad rap is in barbecuing these burgers, is that it can produce heterocyclic amines that are carcinogenic and increase our risk of colon cancer. So that's not what we want. But they actually did this study that where they added cherries into the burger patty, about 11% cherries to these tart cherries, and they had 75% less of these heterocyclic amines that were produced. So that's pretty significant. So if you're going to do a burger, add some cherries. Not only will it give a great flavor, but it also will combat some of the negative effects that you might otherwise get from that burger. So how can we enjoy cherries? Well, the easiest, really, just grab a bowl full. It's a great thing to, if you are going to do some mindless eating, it's a great thing that you could get carried away on and still be fine. But it is, because it takes a little bit of time, there's the pit to deal with. So as a snack, as a dessert, you can grill them. You could put them on kebabs and grill again. You can add and make sauces, barbecue sauces, syrups, and of course juice. I mean, some of those studies with the athletes were done using the cherry juice itself. And of course, you can add them into salads or even top them on pizzas. You can really get creative. And of course, desserts. And adding them to yogurts and things like that. So, how do you like to enjoy cherries? Cherries are the superfood of the week that we're featuring at Meal Cure. Meal Cure is an online superfood meal planning service that I've created to take the stress and chaos out of what's for dinner and put the fun, joy, ease, and most of all, the health right back in. Did you like this video? Feel free to like and comment. How do you like to enjoy cherries? What part of the health benefits most excites you? I'd love to know how you what you find the most attractive about them. And if you want more superfood videos, head over to my YouTube channel at Dr. Shaunna. Interested in the meal cure planning? If you have not seen that, head over to mealcure.com. With that, have a fantastic week, and most of all, be good for you.